Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return once again with round 11 of the official WRC Historic Club. Yes, this time out we are here in Fanatec Rally Oceania. If you missed out on the last video, I believe it was from Iberia, go back, check it out. We're currently running 453rd in the world with just 3 rounds left of this championship. Last time out we ended up somewhere. I think we didn't do very well. I think we ended up outside the top 1,000. So it was not one to write home about. But this time, we are in the 1997 to 2011 classic rally cars for what looks like is going to be at least very, very wet running throughout pretty much the entirety of this rally. Of course, it's a lot of gravel, so that shouldn't make as much of a difference as if it was a tarmac rally or something like that. But clearly, you know, EA, they've got confident in hoping that anybody that's still playing this game has an idea as to how to play it. I'm still standing, though. So, yeah, they've kind of got to deal with that. Now, we've got a lot of iconic cars to choose from ready for this one. I think I've already done a couple of rallies in the Citroens before. We've got a Ford Focus from 2001. We've got a Evo 6, another Ford Focus. The Mini, that's quite a rogue one, at least in my mind. With the Peugeot 206, I know I've done some in the Cordoba before. We've got the Skoda Tank. That thing I think is always quite iconic in its own way. And a few Scoobies as well there. Now, most of these are at the 300 horsepower mark. It's actually the C4 these are, and a couple of others that are actually slightly over that. We're going to go, though, I think, today. I'm going to take on the Skoda Tank, I reckon. 4-pot engine, 1,230 kilos. Again, these rallies are just about trying to survive, so that is going to be the goal. Get yourself subscribed if you're new. We're trying to hit 3k subs, and let's do this thing. Well, this is looking like an incredibly rainy rally. In terms of tyres, we've got super softs and the soft compound here. I think we're probably going to end up wanting to try and do the shakedown on a set of softs to open us up a second set later on. I believe we've got... Oh, we have got 2 services then. So I think if we use softs throughout the first few stages, and then we'll go probably softs again, and then, yeah, we'll be able to use the supers throughout the last couple of stages as well there. You got to try and come into these things with a plan, despite the fact I'm sure some of you will be commenting down below. There's no point me planning out this far in front, because I will end up crashing, and it will go badly for me. This thing sounds good. You know, I think the Skoda is a bit of a cult icon. I love it. And I think, genuinely, because of this car, I love this generation of Fabia as well. My dad actually had one for a short period through work, and it was always pretty cool. Always helped by the fact it had blue lights on it, but that is a story for another day. But, I mean, yeah, obviously these... It's kind of mid to late 2000 rally cars as well. You know, they were, you know, such a wild generation of WRC. I think, you know, it was a bit of a golden age for the series. You know, you had so many manufacturers kind of coming in and things like that, that it really did lead to quite an interesting time, of course. It was a bit like Formula 1 in the early 2000s. There was a lot of manufacturers coming in, but annoyingly, there was just one team and driver that absolutely dominated, and that kind of took away from kind of the overall storylines and ebbs and flows of other competitors, of course. In World Rally, it was Sebastian Loeb and Citroen. In Formula 1, of course, it was Michael Schumacher and Ferrari, but yeah, that didn't stop obviously some upsets, things like that. You know, a couple of decent championship battles as well. I think it was Mikko Hirvonen, I want to say, that yeah really pushed Loeb right to the wire on a couple of occasions throughout the championships as well. But shakedown is going to be complete as long as I don't hit that fence on the outside. There we go. That was a pretty clean run. 1 minute 20 as we just try and settle in early on there. So I'm happy with that. We'll obviously stick with that set of the tyres ready for the start. I don't believe we've got any damage or anything like that. So yeah, let's head out then into stage 1. I'm looking forward to this. 8.5 kilometre first stage. There's not too many really long ones here in Oceania. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see as to how this goes. But hopefully... You know, I'm not ever optimistic that we're going to make it to the end, but I want to believe. And we will always keep trying to survive these rallies, whether it works or whether it doesn't. Oh, tipping in through turn 1. I mean, this loose surface with these cars does work quite well. I think, honestly, these cars, a bit like the Rally 2 cars now, are probably more fun to drive than the WRC cars, because they don't feel like they've got too much power a lot of the time. Which I know, obviously, a lot of people do love that challenge as well, but ultimately, yeah, I just find it sometimes a little bit boring, sometimes a little bit frustrating inside this game as well. Oh, come on, try to get that power down as best as we can. I mean, yeah, these first couple of stages, though, shouldn't be too long. I think top times in the world are overall just over kind of the 50-minute mark. So, yeah, it's not actually... As the historic rally goes, a lot of these, you see top times kind of over the hour mark. Normally, I try and be kind of within 10 minutes. Because normally that factors in at least a couple of big errors and things like that. But, yeah, I mean, obviously this rally as well, you don't... Oh, yeah. You don't tend to have a little crash either. As point proven there, immediate rad damage, as I was talking about it. I mean, we've picked up some rad damage. I'll have to try and navigate through a few more stages. I want to see if we can get to the end of this first one, though, without having to take the penalty for the puncture. Because, of course, we'll get that swapped out when we get there, but that was stupid. Less than 2 minutes in, and I've already gone and done that. I mean, you're just sliding this thing around so much. Who hosts this during the rainy season? I hate the way as well all those signs are indestructible. Like, I know I should just avoid them. It's not suddenly a new revelation, but... So I just don't think it's worth taking a 90-second penalty here unless I end up doing more damage to the car that costs us through the next couple of stages. I can feel the tyre going down, but it hasn't gone yet, so we'll just try and see how long we can survive for on it. It's definitely getting there, though. That's the only issue. But yeah, as I've mentioned before on this game, obviously, if you can get to the end of a current stage and you have got a spare tyre, you can... Well, the game will automatically equip it between stages, and you won't get a penalty. So it is well worth it if you can get there. Obviously, that only works if you're carrying a spare, though, which I tend to. Or at least I try to on this game. Easy. The brakes feel pretty good, I'll give it that. Come on, hang on to it. Don't hit anything else if we can avoid it. I mean, it feels like it can still drift fairly nicely despite this damage. Oh, come on. Get that power down. The thing is as well, Oceania is still one of those rallies as well that I'm not really 100% confident on. Like, I kind of know-ish a lot of it nowadays, but still not confidently. Oh, come on, stop fishtailing. Just get back on the stage. Let's go, come on. Right, not long to go now. Well, I think if we're anything kind of under 6.5 minutes, then it was probably worth not taking a puncture here. So I reckon about a 5-minute time would have been what we would have done without the puncture. And I mean, as we make our way down towards the finish line, though, yeah, it definitely wasn't worth taking it. So that was probably, out of a bad situation, a good choice. 5:23. Yeah, we certainly going to... hello, marshals. We certainly weren't going to run that in under 4 minutes had I not taken the penalty there. 633rd, though, a minute off in stage 1. So a bit disappointed with that. But if we can keep it clean and tidy through the next couple of stages, then we should be okay. Right, come on then. Doctor's Hill. This is a fast one. I know this one. I'm obviously always just double check that they have actually taken the tyre. I don't think they've ever not on this game, but I just always worry about it still. So there we go. Yeah, there we go. That car is straight and true once more. Let's just try and get through these next couple without too many issues. Like I said, this car was a bit of a tank in the WRC, so I'm hoping that characteristic has been carried over into the game as well. But yeah, we've only got 2 more rallies left this season. They work out, well, they're meant to be just over just one under a month. So although it is October, yeah, we're already on round 11 of 13. I think we've got Safari Rally Kenya after this. And I can't even remember where the finale is, but I think it's a pretty brutal one. Once again. I think Safari Rally Kenya, though, is in Group B rear-wheel drive cars, so I don't know which person at Cody's wanted us all to feel the pain of that, but there we are. We'll try and give it a go at some point next month, nonetheless. Aiming for there, please, Matt, ideally. That worked out okay. Yeah, I mean, as a long stage on this game, this one actually isn't that bad. I feel like you can catch this thing when it gets into a slide for the most part, though. Like, the front end feels very responsive, which is quite good. That was okay. And it's definitely still got some pace to it as well, which I guess is good. Oh, no, not when I do that. We'll try and back it in there, I guess. Oh, come on. This poor Skoda. Yeah, perhaps we needed this thing for Safari Rally Kenya up next. I mean, I think there's a limited chance I survive that one, to be honest. So as always, it's a bit like, what's it, Latvia. You got to avoid the banks around here. That's one of the big issues, as this is a fast bit of road. Whee! I think I remember this because there's a brutal corner down the end. No, that's alright. Rather just tipping it a bit too easy than a bit too fast, though, I think. Oh, now we've got all these bridges down by the river. I mean, you can carry a lot of speed through here, but you get it ever so slightly wrong, and it will punish you. And you've got to try and stay away from the edges, because there's some random little wood bits. Like those. That's what you've got to be careful of through that. Come on, come on, come on. This is going okay. Easy does it. Sounds good as well, this car, I think. mean, yeah, we definitely still got the poke to get all the way up to 6th gear, though, so I don't think we're down on power much at all. Nice and easy. Just don't want to take any more risk, or too big risks. Let's try and really, you know, still be attacking, but not overly attacking. This is the kind of rhythm I need more in this game. It's these ones, the bridge is just angled slightly away from you. That's what you've got to be careful of. Because you nudge that slightly wrong, or you just get a little bit of oversteer on the way in that you try and correct, and you're in for a bad time. Like there. That could have... If we'd been just a foot that way, that would have gone bad. Try not to do too much on the gearbox either. Don't want to kind of tear the car apart underneath us. I'm trying to be a bit more gentle with it. Maybe this is the new me. I'm sympathetic with my rally cars. He says. Oh, come on. Through the final few corners. I tell you what, unless we do something stupid now, stage 2 has gone a whole lot better than stage 1 did. He says as he almost hits that. Get the power down though, down towards the finish line. You know what? I'm pretty happy with that one. 6:29. Just, oh, engine warning lights just flickered up at the end of that. That's a bit of a shame. So we might be a bit more down on power throughout these next few, but that was okay. I'll take that one. I reckon we were a bit more competitive, which is good. How far off leader were we? We were 44 seconds, 186th in the world then on that one. So, yeah, I think we're making decent progress forward. We've got, I think, 3 more stages, though, before service, so we've just got to try and get there. Orewa? I'm probably butchering names horrendously. So, yeah, engine warning light has just flashed up, so I'm probably better off not just sitting here revving it to the line. I'm still going to, right up towards the end. It's those little changes that can make the difference on this game. Or they don't, I don't know. I feel like we did this one on the weekly rally a couple of weeks ago. I mean, there's only so many stages on this game. You're going to end up doing the same ones quite often if you play it fairly regularly. Doesn't mean I ever learn from my errors, though. I mean, that engine warning light, we're not getting too many kind of dips in the throttle or anything, which is good. Still seems to be able to pick up quite nicely. Especially if we've only got a couple of shorter stages left to service. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, I think this is a very, very fast section. Come on, little car. Just don't want to get out of shape and damage the car more. Again, it is always that psychology of you'd rather lose 2 seconds being safe than 2 minutes damaging the car, but it's not always so easy. come on. It does understeer a little bit more than I was expecting. I don't know whether that's the wet weather or obviously a little bit of damage as well. But yeah, this thing definitely seems slightly more understeery than I thought it would be. It's not bad, but it's kind of obviously, yeah, got that front end responsiveness if you've got a slide on. If you haven't got a slide on, then it kind of just... Like on the oversteer, it's very good. On the understeer, it struggles a bit more. It is a good car, though. It is fun to drive. That's the most important bit. Like, it feels rewarding as I almost throw it into a bank. Oh, I don't know whether those posts are solid or not. Don't really want to find out if I can avoid it. Almost completely misjudged that. Get a bit of throttle there, get out of the bank. I don't know how many of these rallies have actually finished, like, properly this year. I don't think it's many. I think on a rally like this, though, we're losing as much time just through lack of knowledge as we are through the damage. Just don't quite have the confidence for a lot of it. I was like, you know, I kind of recognise bits and pieces, but not kind of the entire flow. See if we can try and go sub 5 minutes on this one, that'd be good. Oh! Not doing that, we won't. No! Just aim that way. That was a moment. I have no idea how we didn't end up with a bigger hit there. We must have just threaded it through those trees, but we'll take it. Avoid the letterbox. Is this stage 3 or is this stage 4? I can't remember. Oh, I was completely going the wrong way there. Just suddenly realised. Well, my 5-minute goal is not going to happen. Yeah, now we're starting to notice a little bit more. Kind of the dips in the throttle. It's definitely there. Right, come on, come on, come on. That's towards finish line. 5:23. That's, yeah, that's okay. I don't think I can complain too much about that. I mean, you listen to that thing popping and banging behind us. That's great. Yeah, where does that leave us? 263rd. So we're a bit all over the show still, but we're a pretty consistent kind of 45-ish seconds away from leader there. But like I said, I don't remember if that's stage 3 or stage 4. Can I have a look quickly? Where am I? Where do I want to go? Event overview. Here we go. That is... Oh, that's only stage 3 done. So we've got 2 more before service. But then after the service, all of kind of like the splits, the difference between each service is a lot more condensed. Come on then. Oh, this is a tiny stage. Okay. 4 kilometers. Yes, please. This should hopefully already be about 2.5 minutes. Sounds good, this car. I like it. Yeah, it's definitely... I mean, it's still got most of the power, but it's definitely not perfect anymore. Let's say we can just navigate through this short one pretty easily, then... Don't know, I didn't actually check how long the final one was either, but I would assume it's a bit longer again. I kind of forgot that Oceania has all these really short stages on it as well. You know, ones that in a rally car are sub 2 minutes. I think the shortest one in the game still is fit. There's one in, like, Sweden, I want to say, that is genuinely, like, 3 kilometers long and is basically entirely flat out. Perhaps I need to find out what is the shortest stage in this entire game.
Slight right, 50. 4 left, keep in, 120. 4 left, unseen, to 6 right of crest, 40, slowing, 5 left, and 3 right, opens, keep in, 180.
I mean, it's still difficult to kind of see where you're going just because of the rain. It's so persistent so far.
Tightens 5,
Like I said, why on earth host this in the rainy season? I will never know. Oh, it's covered a horrible bits of scenery here. No, there's not. I'm at the wrong corner.
slowing, 50. 4 right of crest, half long, 70. 4 left, keep in, and 4 right, half long, 30. Caution, 3 left, long tightens, 30.
Oh, I think we just got kind of long flowing S-bends to the end of this one.
To right of a crest, and link 5 right, long, 70. Unseen, late 3 left, half long, 70. 3 right, tightens, 3 left short, 50. Late 5 right, half long. And 4 left, with a bump, keep in, 60. Crest,
Whoa, easy does it, easy does it.
100 to stop.
Oh, sub 2.5, sub 2.5, not quite. 2:30.5, but a clean run. That was all we could really hope for through there. I'll take that one. Don't hit the marshals either. This time we'll try and be good. There we go. Just so I get it stopped on their toes. 262nd again, 20 seconds off. Nothing really to kind of report on that one. One more stage to go, though, before we finally get to service. And then hopefully we can try and get most of the damage repaired. Right, here we go then. Noakes Hill. It's a bit of a longer one once more, but that's to be expected. But yeah, once we've done this one, we're near enough halfway there, which is going okay.
2, 1, go. And 5
Say,
left.
up to this point, and I'm sure I'm about to jinx myself, we have not finished more than a minute off the leader on any stage. Which I'm genuinely quite happy about. Admittedly, we haven't really dealt with a really long one here, but I'm not sure we actually do any really long ones on this
And 6
rally, so...
tightens 4 into slight right, slowing, 40.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, that was to be expected, wasn't it? Luckily, there wasn't any big kind of individual hits there.
And late 2 right,
Oh, that was a
tightens.
dipper throttle. Oh.
Opens,
Yeah, this will now end up being the one where I finish over a minute off.
4 left, half
Like, just putting that out there.
and crest into 4 right, tightens, 50. 5 left, 30. 4 right to the crest, 40.
Still only a 4 splitter, apparently.
30.
I thought this would be... no, I suppose less than 10k, isn't it? That makes sense. Come on, little car.
Left,
We'll get you repaired, I promise. You can have a new turbo, probably, and radiator and everything.
3 left, 60. Crest,
I'll give you whatever you need. Within a certain time limit, of course.
5 right, half long.
But I think most of it's probably going to be quick fixes to try and get as much done as we can.
3 left at junction and slight left, half long. Into crest, into sudden 5 right, 30. 6 left of the crest, 50. 6 left of the crest, 150, slowing. 5 left, 40. 1 right, half long. 30, right of the crest, 90.
Right, come on, little car. Put that power down, whatever's left of it.
5 right, 100.
I think this is stage 3 reversed.
Extra long,
I'm pretty certain.
40. Late 2 left, 40. 5 left short. Into 5 right, opens, 120. 5 left of the crest, 60. 3 right, half long, through junction, 50. Right of a big crest, 40.
We're almost halfway through this one, which I guess is good.
Crest, 40. 4 left, keep in, and slight right, into left of a crest, 60.
So I don't think those posts are solid, but I'm not entirely sure if I nicked that one or not. Some of those banks, though, on the other side are lethal.
And 5 right, opens, into crest, 100.
That's why, clearly, obviously, I'm trying to get as close to them as I possibly can.
30, 4 right, 30. 3 left, half long, opens. To the left of a crest, 4 right of a crest, 150. Slowing, crest, and 1 right, 70.
Come on, little car.
Left of a crest, 40. Crest,
Come on, little car.
to slight left, 50. Jump, and 6 left, opens. Into crest, slight right of a crest, 90. 4 right, 60. Slight left of a crest. And slight right, 50. Crest. To 5 left, short of a crest, 60. 6 left of a jump, 100.
Easy.
Left of a crest, 50. 6 right, 100. 4 left, half long. And crest. And 5 right, short of a crest.
That was a nice high-speed bit.
Crest. And crest, slowing, 50, turn, 2 right, tightens, 160. Six left of crest, long, 150.
Come on, almost at service now. We've done passably. At least in these, ever since stage 1, we've actually done
Short,
fairly cleanly.
left of a crest, 30.
But I now know full well, obviously, once I get the car repaired, we will probably do big damage to it almost immediately again. Maybe be even an even worse position than I was.
Keep in, 110.
And that's the joy of a Matt212 Rally.
Left of a small jump, 50.
You never know what you're going to get next, but it's always going to involve carnage.
6 left, open to the crest, 130.
Right, come on.
Caution, 3 left,
I think
tight.
this is one of the final corners.
3 left, keep in, 70.
Just try and keep your foot to the floor. Carry any kind of speed we can there, I think is the finish line.
Into crest, 50.
Should be able to go sub 6, I think.
60.
Yeah, we will just get under the 6-minute mark in the end, so happy with that. 5:51.1.
51.
That could have been worse. I think, yeah, obviously one little error early on. That could have been more damage, but I think we got away with it. And we'll just you know, nudge his knees when we get there. 322nd. Oh, we were a minute 2 out in the end, so yeah, that one little error did really, really cost us. Fair play to that guy that got a 25-second penalty. But I'm going to try and go get the car all fixed up, and we'll head out into stage 6. Well, the car does admittedly look quite beaten up, but on the internals it's actually a lot better now. I've opted to try and take most of the damage. The exhaust isn't fixed, the bodywork isn't fixed.
2, 1, go.
And I believe also the steering, it was only lightly damaged, so I've opted just to leave that as it was. I kind of thought, you know, this is a very high-speed rally for the most part, so having the power is probably going to be quite useful. And to be fair, we've only really got this kind of middle-ish length stage, and then 2 actually quite short ones before next service, so hopefully if we can just get through this and hopefully not do much damage to the car, we can try and get most of the rest of it fully repaired as best as we can.
Slight right of the crest. And 3 left,
Come on,
short.
nice and easy, nice and easy.
30, 1 left, 40.
I want to believe on this rally, now we've made it to service. But again, obviously this thing now suddenly has got all the power again at its disposal. So it's suddenly a little bit more of a handful than I remember. You kind of settle into that lack of power quite comfortably. Or I do anyway.
Caution.
Like, you notice it when it's there, and then you notice it when it's not.
1 right, long.
Oh, come on. That corner just carries on.
5 right, 50. 2 left,
Got to try and induce a little bit of oversteer onto this thing still, I feel. I think that's the way this car needs to be driven.
Caution, bridge, 50. 4 left, 80. Turn, square right. 200.
Well, hopefully, yeah, if we can just be a bit more competitive throughout the second half of this rally, maybe we can try and aim to be under an hour still. I think that would be like 8 minutes off leader. Though, admittedly, we're probably already close to 5 minutes off, so we need a big push throughout the second half of this event, but you never know. I think before we start worrying about anything like that, I've just got to worry about trying to get to the end in one piece.
Crest and late 4 left. Keep out 180. Right of the crest, 90. Left of the crest and slight right, 50. Slowing. Small crest, 40. Crest and 3 left. Tightens, 50. 3 right.
See, it's nice to be able to actually carry some speed now until you almost hit whatever that was on the outside.
Slight left to 5 right short of a crest, 120. 5 left short of a crest and 5 right short into 6 left into 6 right of a crest, 150.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely back up to speed, or near enough up to speed. It's got the power now.
Tightens 3 short and slight left, 30.
And that is quite useful on a rally like this. Oh,
3 left, 70.
stay away from stuff, thank you.
Crest, 30. 5 right, short of a crest, 40. Left of a jump, keep in to 5 right, narrow.
It does really pay just to try and drive these things at kind of 90% rather than 100.
Square right. 30. 3 left.
What was it, an interesting stat I saw at the weekend? Seb Ogier. It's the first time in like nearly, in over 10 years, he DNF'd 3 consecutive rallies he'd entered in a row in the WRC. Like, that is an absolutely mental statistic. I'd like to finish 3 in a row. I mean, I guess he's an 8-time champion and a very high professional, but still.
Crest, 50. Left of a crest, 60. 5 right, 8. And 6
Like, that is just mad.
80. Slow
Either that or he just retires from every other one he's done since then.
late, 3
Which
right.
I don't think he would be an 8-time champion by doing that, but still.
5 right of a crest, 70. Caution, 3 left. Into bridge, don't cut, 40. Crest, 40. Bridge, into 6 right, 60. 5 right of a crest, opens, 50.
Come on, almost there.
Caution, 1 left, unseen, and square right, 30. Square left, 60.
Oh no. Might have been a bit optimistic there. That's okay though.
30.
We'll gather it up, we'll get back on the road.
30, caution, 2 left, tightens. 50. Left of a small crest, 40. 3 right, very long, opens, 150.
Right, come on, come on, come on. Sub 5, that's what I'm aiming for. I think we should do it.
4 left,
4:57. There we go. That was a good run. I'm happy with that. Hopefully we're like less than 30 seconds off leader. I would take quite happily. Sorry, marshals. How far off were we on that one? We were 116, 31 seconds off. So we're definitely getting there in terms of the pace now the car's repaired. Like I said, 2 slightly shorter stages now, I think, between now and service. So let's try and get through without an issue. And the Mangapai stage up next then, 6.6 kilometers. I'm hoping we can get the car a bit more repaired so it doesn't look as beat up. But no rain as well, I've noticed.
1, go. And 2 right, half
And the reactions of a sloth there. And then instantly go the wrong way on the gears as well.
past junction, and 4 right, very long, 120.
Yeah, I think this is a blast up the riverside. So we'll wait and see.
8 open air mid left. And 4 right, half long. 50. 5 right. And late 2 left, keep in 40. Late 4 right, half long, slowly,
Oh,
50.
that was good. almost nudged the bank on the inside. But yeah, this Skoda, I don't want to jinx myself, but it does feel like it's starting to come alive. I'll tell you what as well, I'll be honest, this car is quickly becoming one of my favourites in the game. Just by doing this rally so far, I'm really enjoying it. He says, as he almost does exactly what he warned everyone about earlier on. Don't throw it off the side of the bank. I mean, you can really chuck it in late on the brakes. These cars did feel nimble. Was close. This is a high-speed stage when you actually get it right. I just don't tend to get it right very often. Nice and easy. Easy. Ow. Just don't want to take big risk in certain spots. Like that. Hate the way they hide them behind the shrubs. Such evil planning. Come on, up towards the finish line though. Sub 4 minutes. I'm happy with that. That was a nice tidy run. 3:55.6. Try not to even run over marshals at the end of it. There we go. Beautiful. That was a good run. I'm happy. There you go. The time shows it. First one we've done inside the top 100. Only 20 seconds off our leader there. I mean, how you find 20 seconds over that, I'm not quite sure. I'm going to blame some of that on the car. I don't know why, I just am. One more stage, though, before final service. It's a very short one, so let's try and smash it. Mareretu. I don't know why I keep trying to pronounce all the stages, but I am. And the rain is back again, which is a bit of a shame.
4, 3, 2, 1, 30, crest.
I mean, yeah, 4 kilometre stage. It should barely be kind of, well, if I get it right, over 2 minutes. And if we do get it right, hopefully, we won't have picked up much more damage. So we can try and get more of the car repaired. Rather than trying to tread water always with the damage on this game. Do have to saw away at the wheel a little bit still, but I think that's just more EA WRC than anything else.
Left of the crest, 40, 6 right, long. And crest, sudden, 5 left, 30, 4 right to the crest. And 6 40. Left of the crest, and 5 right, 130. 4 right, 40. Slight left, 120. 5 left, long tightens, 50. 3 right, opens, 40. 6 right.
Oh, I remember that corner from earlier on. Luckily got through there fairly tidy.
4 left, long, 50. 6 right, very long. 80, slowing. 3 left, opens, 60. 4 right, opens, 500.
Oh, no. Oh, that was okay. That was okay. Maybe a little bit more bodywork damage, but we can't do much more damage to that, to be honest. I think we've just got flat out to the finish. Yeah, I'm pretty certain it is flat out down there. But then I think there's a corner after the line. So that's what we've got to be careful of. I'll try and get to that finish line and then immediately on the brakes. Just absolutely hammer the brake on the way in. 2 minute 20. It's one of the worst endings to any stage on this game, because you get through the finish, obviously after a flat out blast, and I already know I've got to be on the anchors. 220 flat though. Only 11 seconds off there, so we are slowly climbing up the board with every stage we do, but we'll try and get a bit more of the damage fixed up. 3 more stages to go. Can we survive? Well, I believe these are the 3 longest stages then of this rally. We've got 2 11-kilometre ones, and in the middle of those is a 19-kilometre behemoth. So yeah, we've still got a fair old way to go. They like to make it difficult right towards the end still, but car is basically good, I think. The only thing I didn't do, annoyingly, was the lights. Which we have admittedly still got other lights on the car. But, yeah, lights, and I believe we have minor gearbox damage, which I didn't even notice in service until after I'd taken all the repairs, so yeah, a little bit of an odd one. Are we just doing the stage we did a couple of stages ago? I think we are, aren't we? So I think this is just those last 2 stages we did reversed. Or, sorry, the first one the normal way, the second one reversed, so... Oh, no. Don't fall off, please. Damn it, first penalty of the rally, but if we'd gone down there, that probably would have been terminal. So we have been incredibly lucky there to wedge the car on that tree, and, more importantly, not do any serious damage as well. That is our friendly reminder towards the end that we are not home and dry just yet. Come on, little car. We've been through a lot so far today.
Crest, 50. Caution, 6 right, half long, tightens into bridge, and 5 left, 170.
Don't want to try and misjudge that again.
6 right, 100. Slowing.
Yeah, because I didn't repair the lights. We've still got pretty good visibility with them, haven't we?
50.
I think we almost did that last time around through that corner.
Opens into bridge.
So we've escaped death there twice, it would appear. I'm really, really scared for that 19-kilometre one, to be honest. That's the one that's making me really nervous at the moment.
5 right, long.
I think, yeah, if this 11-kilometre one is where I think it goes, it's actually not that bad. It's quite high speed.
2 left, opens, 60.
As long as I don't do anything stupid. Yeah, that 19-kilometre one could be anything.
4 left. And 6 left, long. 60. 6 right, half long, 50. Slight left short, 160. 6 right, long, 170, slowing. Late, 2 left, opens very long. 60. Small crest, 50. Caution, 4 right, long, tightens, into bridge, 40. 3 left, keep in.
No, 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 no. Again, just slam the anchors. Don't know why we're still having so many moments.
Very long.
But if we could stop doing that, that would be great.
2 left, half long, and 3 right.
Come on, Matt. This stage has had a lot of scary stuff, and we're only halfway through.
Slowing and 6 left and 4 right. Over
And all of that scariness has been through my own stupidity.
4 right short. Into 2 left short and 3 right. Don't cut.
Like, I know where I'm meant to be going and everything.
30. 3 right. Don't cut. 80. Late 6 left. Keep out. 30. Short. 5 left. 5 right. 40. 5 right. Very long. 40. 4 left short. And 6 left. Caution. 5 right short. Over bridge. Into slight left. And 5 right. 40.
It's how, kind of obviously, where those bridges are concrete, you kind of lose a load of grip through them.
30.
I believe this, yeah, is the flat out bit though.
20.
Let's try and just nail it.
Crest. 450.
Under the flat.
Caution, slight left, tightens 450, late, 3 right, tightens 70.
Oh, come on.
6 left of the crest, long, 50.
I have to concentrate so much towards the end of this. I really want to survive this rally. Like, I think we've done pretty well up to this point. Only that one big accident and a couple of near misses more recently.
4, long,
But we've got away with them. Somehow.
slight right, 50. 4 left, keep in, 120. Unseen, to 6 right to the crest, 40. Slowing, 5 left, and 3 right, opens, keep in, 180. 6 left, tightens 5, past junction, to left of a crest, 40, 5 right, into crest, into 6 left, long, slowing, 50, 4 right of crest, half long, 70,
Easy.
4 left, keep in,
You still just get those little moments with this car where it kind of just takes you by surprise.
3
It kind of just decides actually it's not going to cooperate in the way you'd expect it to.
5 right,
And that kind of gives it a little bit of character, but also makes it incredibly scary.
and late 5 right, long, 70,
I think these two stages we did the other way round, combined time was just over 6 minutes 20, I want to say. Oh, you stupid man. I think this time around, yeah, we're definitely going to be a little bit behind that. I'm gutted as well, that's my first penalty of this rally. Like, we've somehow made it all the way through so far without doing anything too wild
60,
like that.
crest,
Oh, come on, get to the finish.
to stop,
A little bit ragged.
okay,
There we go. Nice fishtail all the way across. But we will gather it up in the end. Reverse entry, thank you. 6:49 flat there. Not fantastic, to be honest. Yeah, minute 2 again off leader. 209th, though, in the world. But 2 stages left. Come on, we can do this. Got the Orewa stage up next, and this is the big one. 18 kilometers of loose gravel rally.
4, 3, 2, 1, go, and 5 left,
Come on. We've made it this far. We've got less than 30 kilometers to go of this rally. We can do this.
crest, 40, small crest, 30, small jump, 120, big jump, and 6 left, long, tightens 4, into slight right, slowing, 40, crest, and late 2 right,
And this one is going to really, really test us.
3 left, opens,
Hoping, though, if we can make it through here without any major issues, we can head into that final stage
crest,
with a bit of confidence under our belt,
50,
knowing we can do this.
30,
I don't know whether the final stage is the last one we did in reverse, but we're going to find out.
3 left, 30,
Hopefully, as long as I get there.
2 right, 170, 4 left, tightens,
mean, it's quite a fast but very unforgiving rally. I think that's the big thing here.
Crest. Into 3 right, opens 70. 5 right, half long, 80. 3 left at junction, and slide left, half long, into crest, into sudden 5 right, 30. 6 left of crest, 50.
Ow.
6 left of crest,
No.
50. Slow.
Easy does it.
5 left, 40. 1 right, half long. 30, right of the crest, 90. 4 left, tightens, and 5 right, 100. 5 right, extra long, 40. Late 2 left, 40.
Oh, come on.
Into 5 right, opens, 120. 5 left to the crest, 60. 3 right, half long, through junction, 50. Right of the big crest, 40. 6 left. Into 5 right to the crest, 40. 4 left, keep in, and slight right to left of the crest, 60. 4 right, and 3 left, 70. 4 right, short of the crest, and 3 left.
I kind of had a target time in my head of sub 10 minutes on this one, but I got no idea whether it's going to be anywhere near realistic or not.
Slowing, crest, 30. 4 right.
I still got no idea how we're doing with my sub 1 hour target as well. I think we'll be fairly close, but I think we might just miss out in the end. Right, can we stop doing that, please? Ugh. Letterboxes like that annoy me, how indestructible they are. Like, if you hit one of those in real life, you're going straight through it. I don't care what people say. They're not going to stop a 1.5 ton rally car.
50. Jump. And 6 left. Opens. Into crest. Slight right to the crest. 90. 4 right. 60. Slight left of the crest. And slight right. 50. Crest. Into 5 left. Short of the crest. 60. 6 left of the jump. 100. Left of the crest, 50. 6 right, 100. 4 left, half long. And crest. And 5 right, short of the crest.
Easy.
6 left of the crest. And crest, slowing, 50. Turn 2 right, tightens. 160. 6 left of the crest, long, 150.
Still don't feel like on a lot of this rally I know where I'm going exactly.
40, 3 right short, 30. Left of the crest, 30. 5 left.
That was right up on the bank there, that was good.
Crest, keep right to slight left.
I think people will do that time and time again.
10. Left of a small jump, 50. Slight right to the crest, 60. 6 left, open to the crest, 130. Caution, 3 left, tightens, 50. 3 left, keep in, 70.
Nope. Damn it. I scrubbed off some of the speed, so we didn't pick up rad damage. Oh, that was really stupid though.
Into 6 right,
Especially as I knew my way through that.
into crest, 50. 4 right, 60. Small jump, 130.
Yeah, we've definitely done something, I think.
Unseen, 3 left, very long. 30, right of the small crest, 50. 1 right, half long, 30. Square left, 30. Small crest, slowing, 70. Double caution, square right, and 1 left. Into 1 right, keep in, into bridge, and crest, 60, into bridge, to sudden, 3 right, opens, 80, 5 left.
See, I don't mind those sudden corners when you can see them.
Left of the crest,
It's always a bit more useful. I can plan ahead then.
left, keep
I can tell it's no longer sudden if I can tell it's there, surely.
6 right of the crest, long,
Sudden kind of implies that you're not expecting it.
6 right, opens of the crest, 4 left short, into crest, 60, caution, right of the crest, to 3 left of the crest, 90,
I don't think we're going to hit my 10-minute target, though. Unless the final part of this rally is incredibly quick.
crest, 50, crest, into slight right, 110, caution, 5 right, tightens 4, half long, and square left, into 5 right short, into 6 left, 50,
Oh. Got caught a little bit between gears there on the exit, but that was okay.
and 5 left, don't cut, into slight right of the crest, 40, 6 left, short of the crest, 40, 70, late, 3 right, don't cut, 30.
This game is good fun, though. I know I always say it, but it is so fun.
3 left, opens, and slight right of the crest, 40, slight left, 60, care, 5 left of the crest, 30, 5 right, into 6 left,
Definitely want to do some live streams on this next year.
short, 5 left, 5 right of the crest, 70, 4 left, 50,
Uh,
3 right, 180, slight left, 50, right of the crest, to slight left, and right of the crest, 160, 5 right, half long,
I also still feel like I struggle to work out where this rally all kind of connects to itself.
6 left,
That's the other issue I've got.
cut, 40, slowing, 5 right,
What on earth is that?
3 left, keep in, and 4 right, opens,
Oh, idea what that was. Something just dragging along the floor, I think.
crest, 60,
But it seems to have either fallen off or fixed itself, which I guess is good. Either way.
5 right, short of the
Maybe Gary's without a door alongside me.
turn, square left, 80,
Oh,
3 right, 60,
thought I'd scrubbed off the speed there, but apparently not.
bridge, and 5 right, to 5 left, and 2 right, long, 40,
Is this the bit where we've got to try and like climb up that hill towards the end and it's all twisty and narrow? I think it might be.
30, 1 right, long, opens and tightens, 50,
How can it open and tighten at the same time?
slight left,
Like, explain that to me.
tightens 5, and crest,
Yeah, I think we're going to only just miss out on our 10-minute target, though.
tightens, 50, 3 left,
Might only be a few seconds in it, but that is a shame.
right, 30,
Sure, top times will be comfortably under the 10-minute mark. Yeah, definitely lacking a little bit of power, though, I think.
left, and 4 right, opens long,
There goes 10 minutes. Haven't got long to go, though.
90,
Come on, little Skoda. We've done well today, up to this point. Let's try and get you the result you deserve.
5 left short, into 5 right, opens, 40, slowing, crest, and right of the crest, 30. Turn, 1 left, 40, right of the crest, 50. 2 left, tightens, and slight right.
Through the final couple of corners, we're actually going to miss out by a fair bit in the end. 10 minute 39.5.
6.
I mean, that's not bad going in the grand scheme of things. Hopefully that'll still be a fairly competitive run through. We made a couple of little errors, but yeah, I don't think sub 10 was ever actually going to be viable for us, based on how far off we were in the end. A minute and a half off leader, though. That's a bit of a shame. Again, just outside the top 100, but one stage left of this rally. Come on, let's get the check tank to the line. Here we go then, Doctor's Hill. I recognise the name of the stage. Will I recognise where we go? 11 kilometers between us and the finish.
3, 2, 1, go 30.
I genuinely really love this car. Like, I think this thing has got so much character and charm to it that you just can't quite put your finger on.
60.
Even the way it drives in this game, I really, really enjoy.
Right.
It's just a good little car.
Left 40. 3 right, long, tightens. Into crest 50. 5 left, long. 40. Crest 60, slowing. 5 left, 40. 2 right. Opens 3, half long. And 4 left, 30. 4 right, short of the crest, 70. Late 4 left. To the left of the crest, 40. 6 right, long.
Is this the stage we did a couple of stages ago in reverse? It might be, actually. I think it is.
The crest,
Yeah, because we're coming up to this corner pretty early on, aren't we?
and 6
Okay, so yeah, we know roughly where we're going. We know roughly what to expect then from this. Sub 7? And we did, I think, 650, wasn't it, the other way around? So it's definitely pulling one way as well, slightly. Definitely picked up some steering damage along the way.
crest,
Then again, I've never repaired the steering so far in this rally, so the fact that the steering's gone this far with all the bumps and scrapes, I think is pretty impressive in of itself.
20.
But again, it's not called the check tank for nothing.
5 left, long, tightens. 50. 3 right, opens. 40.
Does make it a little bit loose and unpredictable, though, in a couple of spots.
6 right.
I will give it that. I think we're just going to miss out on the sub 1 hour as well. I think just a little bit too much damage, too much time lost in a few places towards the end. Don't think we're going to be a million miles away, but yeah, I just don't think we're quite going to be there.
Opens. 500.
I try not to constantly look anymore on this game at like my overall times and stuff. Just because I find it tends to kind of make me want to try and push more. And that then leads to more crashes, which makes the time slower. So then I look more, and I try to drive quicker, and I crash even more. It's a vicious circle.
Slowing, left of the crest, 50, 5 right, half long, tightens 3, 60.
Can try and brake with a little bit more composure this time round into that. Because it's not a finish line on the way in, but
Short, around
we know this blast along the river. We've done it this way and the other way a couple of times today.
tightens 5,
To try and finish off with a good run through.
40.
So we've definitely lost a little bit of power as well, but ultimately I don't think I mind too much.
Crest, 70.
Ow.
3 left, don't cut, 30, 5 right, into 3 left, don't cut. Early 2 right, and 3 left short, 80. Over bridge, into 3 left short, 5 right short, 30. 5 right, 160, slowing.
Surely we're going to get to the end of this. Surely I can't do anything stupid now.
Left opens, and
I mean, like I said, we haven't survived many of these rallies so far this year, but yeah, coming into this one, I was not optimistic this would be the one where things change, but these cars are good fun. They're built pretty tough as well, which is, you know, helpful. And I suppose, yeah, this rally, although it can be horrible, there's not too many kind of huge obstacles you got to be careful of and things like that. And if it just helps us up the leaderboard towards the end of the year, I don't think we can complain either, can we?
30.
Come on, little car. But good fun today. This thing has been a rewarding car to drive. I do enjoy taking out different cars on this game as well. You know, for a bit of fun. And it's nice as well that the rain stopped and it's a bit sunny for this final stage.
50. Slowing, slight right, 60. 4 right, half long tightens, 70. 3 right, half long tightens,
Well, the steering damage, though, is certainly giving me a little
half long,
lack of confidence in the big braking zones like that.
5
You're just kind of hoping it doesn't pivot round on you.
5 left, long,
Which isn't a particularly safe way of driving, but it's the way we've adopted.
5 right, 70.
I mean, to be that reliably fast through this rally is just madness. I think the guy that's winning's got like a 30-second lead over everybody else.
Bridge. Into 2 left, half
Nope. Is that a puncture? What? Oh, no! I kept my foot on the throttle rod and the brake. That was bad. 9-second penalty right towards the end, and we've picked up more rad damage. I'm so sorry, little car. It was either that or we hit the end of that bridge, and I don't think I wanted to do that either. I thought, honestly, we were going to get a puncture there, but apparently we've got away with that. Come on. One more split to go, and we will survive.
4 left, half long, 30, 1 right, half long, and 6 left, half long, 40. Late 3 left, don't cut, 30, 1 right, half long, tightens, 100.
Ow.
Slight left, tightens 4.
Yeah, we are going to be pretty close to that 7-minute mark I set myself. Hopefully we'll go slightly under.
60.
Oh, those fences in the shrubs is not nice. Come on. Throttle down. Where's the finish line?
Tightens.
6:49 was what we did on this stage the other way around. We are going to do 6:49 again. We did get a slightly bigger penalty that time around, though, so I'm claiming we did better right at the end. But there we go. Rally Oceania in the classic cars. We've survived it just about. Thank you, thank you, thank you, little Skoda. That was brilliant, brilliant fun when all is said and done. 185th in the world on that final stage again. We were just over a minute off. But like I said, had we not got that penalty, we would have been just under there. 61.09, so I think we can be pretty happy with that. And I tell you what, just getting to the end has given us a decent time. They're 101st in the world. Had I gone sub the hour, we would have been, where would we have been? About 75th overall, so I don't think we can complain too much about that. If you've given this rally a go, let me know down in the comments how you got on as well. I'm very, very intrigued to see whether other people survived. Thank you all so much for watching as always. And yeah, we'll be back very soon with more EA WRC content.